What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel, hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be discussing PUBG and if it's worth your time in 2022 with the free to play transition that was made on January 12th or the 10th I believe. So if you did like this one, leave a like on the video, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you fancy sticking around. Let's get into it. So if you was unaware, PUBG made transition to free to play around January, a few weeks ago. And I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I wanted to sort of dive in, play the game for myself, see how it holds up, see if I like it, and just give my sort of thoughts and if it's worth your time in 2022. Because as we all know, this game's about 5 years old now. It came out in early access in 2017. At the sort of height and the hype, I guess, of BR games. There wasn't that many titles that were like in competition with PUBG at the time. Fast forward now to 2022 and you've got a lot of things, a lot of different games that are out there. You've got Apex Legends, you've got Fortnite, you've got Warzone, and all of these games are also free to play. So there's a lot of competition now, and what we kind of want to discuss here is this worth your time if maybe you're getting kind of bored of Fortnite or you're getting kind of bored of Warzone? What like good things do PUBG do that those games don't, right? Just a bit of context. I've got like 54 hours, it says on Steam in game, but I know that over half of that I haven't spent in this game. When I first bought this in 2017, my PC wasn't able to run it very well. I had a lot of performance issues. The game, like in general, wasn't that optimized anyway, but on top of that, my PC wasn't really able to run it that well. So I spent like 40 hours in game, but like it wasn't that enjoyable because of my performance problems. So I just ended up forgetting about it as time went on and just not really playing it. And then fast forward to now, it's been 5 years since I played the game. I've got a good PC now that can play it, and I was just like, you know what, I never got to play this. I'm gonna make up for lost time and see if it's good, see if it's fun. I've actually been having quite a lot of fun. In the 5 years that I've taken away, it's like playing a whole new game. Everything's been revamped, the main menu's different, there's like 5 different maps or something like that. I think there's 5, correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, I still don't know all of the names of them, but I know that there's quite a variety of different maps that you can play, which is fun. So PUBG, when it came out, I feel like everyone loved it because it was just about raw skill. It was just about the gunplay, the shooting mechanics were always difficult. It was quite realistic. PlayerUnknown, he came from making Battle Royale, the mod for Arma 2 and Arma 3. You probably already know this. So that was the inspiration for, you know, PUBG and why it became a thing. And at the time, because it was the first, probably one of the first of its kind, it did so well. Like, it was so popular on Twitch, on YouTube, like, it took the world by storm. And now, like I was saying, there is so many options for Battle Royale titles out there. You've got Warzone, the infinitely expanding game. Free iteration of Call of Duty is like sort of put into Warzone in some way or another. You've got Fortnite, which all the kids love, everyone loves it. And you've got Apex Legends, just to name a few. And then I'm pretty sure there is a new one. It's called like Naraka Blade Point or something. I haven't tried that one out, but it's like a melee focused battle royale, which sounds interesting. I haven't checked it out, so I can't really talk too much about that. The question, like I said, that we want to be answering here is like, do you want to check out PUBG? I would say, in my opinion, go for it. It's free, you've got nothing to lose, right? If you've never played PUBG before, or you never bought it back in the day when it first came out, or I don't know, maybe you're bored of Warzone, bored of Fortnite, whatever it might be, you've got nothing to lose really by going and checking out this game. I'm not, sponsored by them. They're not paying me to say this or anything. But the game, because of the transition, it's doing pretty well. I think we're at like 400,000 players in game as of making this video. Yeah, nearly 500,000, right? So it's getting pretty good, like popular, based on the fact that they did this transition. And I think it was on a sort of downward spiral, It must have been hard to try and stand out from the crowd when you had things like Apex Legends and stuff like that was so popular. So I think it was sort of a last Hail Mary to try and save their game a bit, and they did the transition to free to play. Hopefully they're gonna change some things, add some stuff. I mean, I like the new maps, they're pretty fun, and I feel like there's something about PUBG and the pacing of it that I kind of enjoy ever so slightly a little bit more than things like Warzone and Fortnite, and even Apex. I like all of those games, not that I've played them that much, but I like all of them. But you've got to admit that with PUBG, it's slightly slower pacing, more tactical, I guess you could say. Whereas when you play Warzone, it's like, everyone's hyper. You're sprinting around, you're running through houses, you're getting shot at left, right, and center. It's pretty intense all the time, but also because it's like everyone's got ADHD and are running around at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Whereas PUBG, it's intense, like any other BR, but there's a slightly slower sort of occasional downtime to it that, you're like driving around, or you're like moving from zone to zone, and you're like going through a forest and you're wondering like, is there gonna be a guy somewhere, you don't know. And the gunfights are still intense and fun and enjoyable, but it's a different pace to those other games, which I think still makes it really enjoyable to play and still very addictive. So that's basically my thoughts on it. With the transition to free to play, like everything else, they've got the cosmetic that you can pay for with real money. They've got loot boxes, all of that, bullshit that we love with modern day gaming. Am I right? But at least it's not pay to win. That is a good thing. There's no point in complaining about loot boxes and, microtransactions anymore, because at the end of the day, that's their business model. That is modern day gaming now, whether we like it or not. There is nothing we can do about it. All we can say is that thank God that it's not becoming just pay to win for everything, because then gaming would be in trouble. At least it is just cosmetic. Just to get into it a bit more with PUBG and the transition. So if you bought the game before this happened, so for instance, like I said, I bought it in 2017, you will get the PUBG Plus, or whatever they're calling it. It gives you a few in-game currency, some cosmetic items and stuff like that, and I think maybe even a battle pass, who knows. And you get ranked mode. Or on top of that, if you just play for the first time, you can pay £13, I think it is, and then that unlocks all of that stuff for you anyway. And you might be asking, why am I going to pay that much money? It's actually so that you can play ranked mode, and I haven't played ranked mode yet, but I feel like it's almost kind of a slight good deterrent for cheaters, because cheaters aren't going to want to go onto a free game and pay £13 just so that they can shit on people and cheat and ruin it for everyone else. And they're just not going to waste that kind of money, right? I wouldn't. So it could be a good deterrent. I have seen in the Steam reviews that they're all that mixed right now, and a lot of people are talking about that this game is full of cheaters, and them changing it to free to play have just made it a lot easier for cheaters to ruin it for everyone else. And I can't really speak from experience, because touch wood, all of the games I've played, I haven't encountered a cheater that I know of, at least. It's just been pretty enjoyable. I haven't ever been killed and thought that wasn't fair or anything like that. So you're gonna have to sort of check out that one for yourself. I haven't, like I said, experienced any cheating as of yet. So what it boils down to is I think this game's pretty solid, and it was fun when it came out. Obviously it was the first of its kind, I know we have a million different BR titles out there to choose from, but maybe if you haven't experienced this one, just check it out and see what you think. There is a lot of differences to this compared to something like Warzone or Fortnite. So anyway, I don't want to ramble on anymore. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, like I said at the beginning, leave a like, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you want to stick around, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.